Welcome to What If Civilization Started Over, episode 23. So, the first thing we're going to look at is the stability layer. As a country will go from actively being a red stability to becoming a dark, red stability, which you know what that means. The country is so. The active revolutions are revolutions greatly funded, as the first revolution is a dictator that will come out on this northern part, as this area. I'm gonna draw the borders of the revolutions and be back. So these are the revolutions. There's a dictatorship and a communist. Fascism tried but failed badly, as democracy is, as the fascists to start moving troops, even managing to capture two major cities. And this is an independence movement, as this independence movement will even reach this whole area. It's the closest to the capital. The dictatorship will be the weakest one out of all of the, as it will be the only one that actually gets invaded, as it will be fully rehearsed back into the nation, as this nation will go talking to the active revolutions in the country, saying they will give them independence if they accept. So this is the peace treaty. This nation gains independence. The communist gains independence. Even the dictatorship gains independence. Even after this nation lost, the Persians realized that if they stayed with their breakaway areas, they would collapse. So we're going to look at another part of the world. So the part that we're going to look at is Europe, as Europe and a couple of other nations will make an alliance to detrain the ideological alliances, and this will be called this alliance will be called Stop the Authoritarianism, and this alliance will include almost every democratic nation in the world, as this alliance will be joined by every democratic and oligarchical. It's an oval because I can't find any other shape. So this alliance will be, the first member of this alliance will be Romania, which was the first democratic nation. So that's a fun fact. Ukraine, and Romania will join. Then next it will be followed. Okay, I'm gonna just put in the members of the alliance, as these are the alliance members fully in full, as even this nation will join. I forgot to add it. Actually, these two nations will stay neutral, but there's now two more factions in the world. Another faction to deter the authoritarian faction, which will not include the fascists, because fascism is a good kind of fascism. So off the alliance there. And now we're going to see some religious changes going on into the world, as we're going to see many nations switch to the ideology of dictatorship, I think what I called it. The countries is this nation and this nation, as All these nations are being ruled by dictators, and there will be a European nation that will become a dictatorship, and that nation is the nation of Prussia. So Prussia is going to be cooked when the Great War starts, and we're also going to see many countries switch over to the ideology of communism as India switches over, Myanmar switches over, and we're even gonna see this nation switch over. So yeah, as dictatorship in Eastern Asia is really now coming up as these three nations all switch, and Japan also switches, but right after seeing that this ideology is not working, they switch into democratic. So this is very bad, as this area should be rubbed off because this kind of. So yeah, as this episode will also bring the changings of ages between. No, ages won't change, but we're going to go to Brazil, which this nation gained independence a long time ago, the only South American nation, and this nation doesn't like that, as it's really oh yeah, I updated the power rankings, so yeah, I think I showed you in the last episode. So this nation will be lobbying in some areas of the world, putting rebellions in to stop it from being the only nation. As Egypt seeing no sign, not Egypt, Greece seeing no income with their colonial empire. So something else we're going to see happening is Bangladesh uniting with a new nation. As Bangladesh will be officially uniting with this nation right here, which this is a very bad thing for the Bangladeshi people, which really don't like these people for some reason, as they see them as inferior to our native people, as they say they betrayed, as the government knows this is the right decision. And now the Bangladeshi Napoleon Commonwealth will be created. So China will go on another killing spree, as they haven't gone on their next killing spree for a very long time. But before that, we'll see the Philippines, as they've been explored for a very long time, will be fully annexed and split between the Taiwanians and the Indonesians, as Japan, as New Zealand will be also split. So yeah, we're also gonna see a war. I said China was going for a killing spree, but I changed my mind. So we're going to see Anatolia being the country that's being invaded, but this time not the country that's doing the invading. So we're going to see the Gold Nation wanting some more space, or Afghanistan start invading these nations, as they split this northern part, as Anatolia has not been in a war for very long, but they still have experience, as they will be starting to kick this country's ass as they focus and kick them fully out. As right after that, we see the Anatolians saying, "You don't mess with us," and starting to invade the nation, as the capital is fully captured, because this nation is very weak and let's look at this peace treaty. Which nothing happens to the nation in this peace treaty because the country Anatolia was defending itself, showing them who's boss. So there's no. So yeah, we're also gonna see a colony gain independence. So as you can see, this nation right here is yellow. So we're gonna see it switch up straight from yellow straight to dark red, as that's bad. That doesn't mean the whole area is rebelling, as the area that is rebelling is the colony that has been under this country's rule for thousands and thousands of years. As I'm gonna make the rebellion, as it's gonna rebel and win its rebellion. So let's look at this peace treaty. As that's the first independent country in Africa. As that will be the end of this video. Thank you for watching and goodbye.